present Royal Bank Magic on Ice. From Binghamton, New York, the Figure Skating Challenge. Kristi Yamaguchi has sparkled since becoming Olympic champion in 1992. The graceful Californian leads the U.S. challenge against the world. Five-time U.S. champ Todd Eldredge has reached figure skating's heights as well. The former world champion continues to perform with grace and style. Who better to skate for the world team than three-time world championship gold medalist Elvis Stojko, known for his ability to win over the audience. And show-stopping best describes Saria Bonali of France. The three-time world championship silver medalist combines athleticism with skating artistry. Ahead, it's Magic on Ice, the Figure Skating Challenge.
Hi everybody, welcome to a brand new year of Royal Bank Magic on Ice on CBC. Chris Cuthbert along with Paul Martini back for a new year which will include our signature event, the World Pro Championships from Washington, D.C., which you will see over the holiday season. But up first, the Skating Challenge from Binghamton, New York, an interesting event in that it comes on the heels of the World Championships to wrap up the 2000 competitive season.
Well, this is a great event for the skating fan, as this is a Pro-Am competition whereby the current eligible skaters can go head-to-head against some of the top professionals in the sport today. We're going to see a great matchup with Michelle Kwan, the world champion, going head-to-head against Irina Slutskaya of Russia, who was second behind her at the most recent World Championships. Another key matchup to watch will be of two former Olympic champions, with Kristi Yamaguchi of the United States going against Katharina Witt of Germany, who's on the international team.
It is a team competition, head-to-head international against Team USA, and on the international squad is Elvis Stojko of Canada.
Well, Elvis has captured a silver medal at the most recent World Championships, and he's matched up against American Michael Weiss. But there are two men here, Elvis and Todd Eldredge of the United States, who have both announced that they're going to go through to Salt Lake City. There was a lot of talk whether they would do that or not, but we're going to get a chance to see just where they are in those preparations.
One-shot deal tonight, so one skate per competitor. What do they mean by interpretive free skate?
Well, this was a free skate program that was designed by the International Skating Union to allow a competition like this to take place, pros against amateurs. The emphasis has been put on the artistic impression, that is how well you interpret your music, as opposed to the technical side of skating, how many quads you can do.
Let's meet the competitors in the Figure Skating Challenge from Binghamton, New York.
The international team led by Canadian Elvis Stojko, Olympic champions Katharina Witt and Victor Petrejko, veterans Saria Bonali, and the young stars Slutskaya and Plushenko.
The American team is led by Todd Eldredge, 3 men, 3 women on each of these teams. Kristi Yamaguchi, the only professional for the Americans, and Kwan, Hughes, Weiss, and Goebel round out the team.
And our first matchup in the International Figure Skating Challenge, Todd Eldredge and Victor Petrejko, two skaters who clashed many times as eligible after the competitors. Victor will skate first, the 92 Olympic champion, a great classical skater at his peak in Albertville, and now a very different skater as a pro. Or should we say a different skaters in this case.
Mambo number 5.
Must take a certain amount of courage to try something like this, Paul.
Well, this type of format allows for this type of program to come to the ice surface. This interpretive free skate allows props, and Victor's got a great prop going here. But as you watch the performance, you're going to have to take note that not only does he skate with the prop, but he's going to put in some fairly solid technical content as well.
Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride to the liquor store around the corner. The boys say they want some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna. It looks like I had last week. I must say, because talking to you, I like Angela, Pamela, Sandra, and Rita. And as I continue, you know it's getting sweeter. So what can I do?
Great triple toe with her hanging on for the ride.
trumpet. A little bit of Monica in my life. A little bit of Erica by my side. A little bit of Rita, all I need. A little bit of Tina's what I see. A little bit of Sandra in the sun. A little bit of Mary all night.
Big double axel.
A little bit of Jessica, here I am. A little bit of you.
Great unison.
Mambo number 5. Jump up and down and move it all around. Shake your hand to the sound, put your hands on the ground. Take one step left and one step right. One to the front and one to the side. Clap your hands once and clap your hands twice. And if it looks like this, then you're doing it. A little bit of Monica in my life. A little bit of Erica by my side. A little bit of Rita's all I need. A little bit of Tina's what I see. A little bit of Sandra in the sun. A little bit of Mary all night long. A little bit of Jessica, here I am. A little bit of you makes me your man. Trumpet. The trumpet. Mambo number 5.
An upbeat start to the night in Binghamton. Victor Petrenko and company with a challenge for Todd Eldridge and maybe Bourne and Kratz too.
Well, it's the type of program that you can tell started with a concept, but then you got to take the concept and bring it to life. This program is thoroughly entertaining, has solid technical content, as you see in this triple toe jump, and with her hanging around his waist like that, it can really affect your balance, but he makes it work and makes it work well. I know it's the first skate of the night, but in terms of artistic marks, I'd go for a 6.
Presentation marks up to 4.59 for Victor Petrenko in this interpretive artistic program and a 57.9 total score. So a tough act to follow for 29-year-old Todd Eldridge, the 5-time U.S. champion, the 96 world champion, who has declared his eligibility and his intent in skating on to Salt Lake City.
Now, this is the type of situation that lets everyone be a judge at the water cooler the next day, because you've got two programs completely different in terms of what they're trying to portray out there. And if they're skated equally in terms of the technical content, a judge has to make a call on which one is artistically the better program.
From the mists of the long ago, see how the battle sabers shine, and the shadows, the flags all flow. For the glory, for a life forever free, for the last best hope of mankind, for the better part of me, for the glory,
The triple loop.
for the words we hold so dear. Let us give the last full measure, gather here for the glory. Time to stand has come at last. Let the drums start to roll, roll, roll.
goes for the triple axel, puts his hand down on the landing. Far more technically difficult than anything that Victor tried, but with a slight mistake. Lots. And a triple toe, double toe combination. Technically a far superior program to that which Victor skated. Todd, regarded as one of the finest spinners in the sport today, demonstrates why with his wonderfully centered final combination spin. And here's a classic example of why we have so many discussions in the world of figure skating. This is a technically difficult program, far more difficult than that which Victor skated, but choreographically it wasn't as strong as what Victor did. So a judge now has to sit there and go, okay, where do I find the line? What's the balance and who should come out ahead here?
This program clearly reflects his intention to move on in the eligible ranks.
Now the attempt there at the triple axel gave you the feeling that he was really going after that mark, the technical mark. The only combination we've seen so far, triple toe, double toe, Victor didn't do a combination.
However, the key mark in this competition will be the artistic mark, great technical marks, as you anticipated, 3 9s, 2 8s. But look at this, 7s and 8s for presentation. In fact, he has a higher total mark than Victor Petrenko, but he'll lose on a 3-2 judges split in the international team. Takes a 2-1 lead.
Representing the United States, Kristi Yamaguchi.
Ready for our second matchup, Kristi Yamaguchi against Katarina Witt, a pair of Olympic champions. Kristi, a 4-time professional champion.
Feeling small when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down.
First jump, triple Lutz.
When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you.
Well, Paul, we have not seen Kristi Yamaguchi as frequently in the past couple of years in professional competitions, but it's always enjoyable to watch the elegant champion.
She is one of the most consistent performers on the professional circuit today, and this program had ample technical content. Nice triple lutz. She also did a triple loop, couple of double axels. She's a little tight on the landing of the triple toe jump, but she is a consummate professional. And this is a very petite woman, and yet the ability to command the attention of the audience is second to no one.
Married this summer to Florida Panther defenseman Brett Hedican. So a new chapter in her life for technical marks. 8s and a 9 from Canadian judge Benoit Lavoie.
5.8.
And the presentation marks also 8s and a 9 from the Canadian judge. So a high standard and a total of 58.2 for Yamaguchi. Difficult task for Katarina Witt, who won the 2 Olympic gold medals prior to Yamaguchi's in '92, skating to Heat of Berlin, something I'm sure she generates each time she visits that city in her homeland.
Well, for Katarina, who hasn't been performing, say, as much as Kristi has been, Kristi's on the Stars on Ice tour, and Katarina's doing various spot appearances throughout the season. This is a little bit more of a difficult challenge because she knows what Kristi has done from a technical perspective, and Katarina will not be able to match that and will have to rely a little heavier on the choreographic and the artistic value of this performance. A second double axel in this performance. Like the first matchup between Eldridge and Petrenko, we couldn't have two pieces of music done by these two women which are more diverse. Technically, Kristi has a stronger skate, but both of them are outstanding in their ability to interpret their music. Katarina put in two nice double axles throughout this program, and that for her is a solid skate. She's not nearly as consistent with her triples, but knows that she needs the double axels and this double flip to at least stay close.
Crowd responding to low technical marks, but although she reacts with Victor Petrenko, I'm sure she's not surprised. 5.4s and 3.56s. Now the marks come up to a 5.9 from Ben Lavoie of Canada, 56.2. Won't do it, and Kristi Yamaguchi has drawn even for Team USA. This matchup is now tied 3-3. The young guns are next. We begin with Evgeny Plushenko for the international side. The 99 world champion silver medalist. He was bronze in 98, but coming off a disappointing for him fourth place finish in Nice.
This is a great matchup, and you got two of the brightest young talents in men's skating today going head-to-head, both quite quad capable, and we'll see how many of them they lay in during the course of these two performances. Again, he opens with a seemingly effortless triple Lutz jump. Great flow in and out of that triple axel.
"17 years of age, a former clubmate of world champion Alexei Yagudin, and perhaps Yagudin's biggest threat in Salt Lake City."
A noticeably more relaxed performance than we saw from him in the long program in Nice. He pulled the quad out of the performance, but still the technical content is there. Triple flip, Lutz loop, triple axle. Here you're going to see the triple axle. Watch the ease with which this rotates and the solid exit position.
The judges' marks for Evgeny Plushenko for skating techniques.
Here was the triple flip, double toe combination. See him show the patience on the landing of the triple flip to make sure everything's in the right position for the second jump.
There's his coach, Alexei Mishin, who always seemed to like Plushenko more than Yagudin, despite Yagudin's success. And look at those technical marks. 5 9s from across the panel, 8s and 9s for presentation. So he's thrown the gauntlet down against Gable and a total score of 58.7.
Well, the high artistic marks for Plushenko are critical because that's one area where Timothy has yet to develop the same degree of maturity.
We know he can throw the quad in. The quad master, 20 years of age from Evanston, Illinois, the U.S. silver medalist, but coming off a disappointment at the Worlds.
I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I deliver. Bad news on the doorstep, I couldn't take one more step. But something touched me deep inside the day the music died. So bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And then good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Did you write the book of love? Do you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so. Do you believe in rock and roll? Can music save your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? Cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off your shoes. Man, I dig those rhythm blues. I was a lonely teenage brown buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck. But I knew I was out of luck the day the music.
Struggled with the landing of the triple flip, has forced a step out of it to save himself from falling.
And the 3 men I admire most, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, they caught the last train for the coast the day the music died. And they were singing, bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. We started singing, bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die.
Slice of American Pie from a rising star, Timothy Gable, who demonstrates that there is more than just a quad in his repertoire.
Well, it is the artistic side of his skating that he needs to work on. He knows that. His triple flip is usually not this difficult for him, but he's forced to flip out of it to save himself from falling. But he's made a coaching change. He left Carroll Heiss right before Nice. He's indicated that he's going to be going to Frank Carroll, and that could be the move that makes the difference for him next year.
Just 11th at the World Championships. That was a disappointment. Here are the technical marks for Gable. Couple of 7s, 3 8s. And now the important presentation mark, 7s and 8s again. That will not be enough to match Plushenko. His total score 57.6. So the international team has taken the lead once again as they lead Team USA 5-4.
And that makes our score of the world.
Coming up next, the World Juniors silver medalist, Sarah. Well, our next matchup is quite a contrast. A veteran in Saria Bonnelly against the youngster Sarah Hughes of the United States. Bonnelly hoping to add to the world team's lead.
Remember, this is an interpretive free skate in which a lot more is allowed than is traditional under an ISU competition, and watch for it in this performance.
There's her trademark.
Followed directly by a triple Salchow. Extremely challenging. Very difficult to do.
Solid performance from a skater who never could quite win over all the judges. as an eligible competitor. Saria Bonley of France.
One of the more lyrical skates from Saria, but as you mentioned, Chris, she was never a world champion, and I think it probably has more to do with her slightly stilted style of skating. No matter how hard she tries, there's always something rather rigid about her performances, even though technically they're some of the best, as demonstrated by this triple toe, double toe combination. And this backflip lands on one foot and right up into the triple Salchow. I don't know that there's another woman that can even attempt it, let alone do it.
7s and 8s for skating technique for Bonley.
And now her marks for presentation.
They have always been high. It's that second set that has haunted her. This is pretty strong, though. 4 8s and a 7 from the American judge.
And 5.7.
So now we move to the youngster. Yet another young U.S. phenom, 15-year-old Sarah Hughes, coming off a 5th place performance at the World Championships in Nice.
Well, she is one of so many American women at this particular point in their development that it's really hard to say who's going to be there in Salt Lake City. Everyone keeps saying Michelle Kwan, but you've got Nori Nam, Cohen, Hughes, Stellato, just to name 4 outstanding young juniors that the Americans have right now.
And watch us where we go, and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer when we lose our lead us to open lights, guide us with your grace, to a place where we'll be safe.
La luce che tu dai
I pray we'll find your light
nel cuore stellare.
and hold it in our heart.
Ricordarci
When stars go out each night,
l'eterna stella sei nella mia preghiera.
let this be our prayer.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. What up till now was a simply breathtaking performance on a Nina Bauer move that one shouldn't have any difficulty. She hooks an edge and falls.
I guess that happens sometimes when you're 15. Well, perhaps the next great skater from the United States, and try to put a smile on an unfortunate conclusion to what would have been a very difficult task and still will be for the judges.
From the judges' perspective, this was a solid program technically. 3 great triple jumps, triple flip being one of the best here tonight. Great height, super air position, and success breeds confidence. And even with this little mistake, you're going to watch her right leg, right there, slip away, hook an edge, and down she goes. But with her 5th place finish in Nice, I already see a greater degree of confidence and a better ability to relate to the audience, which is exactly what you need to do to be successful.
What a wonderful experience here to rub shoulders with such great Olympic champions. The technical marks coming down because of that last-second problem. Presentation marks, this is going to be close, and 57-6, she's going to lose to Bonnelly on a 3-2 judges split, and you have to think that last mistake was very common. Well, Elvis Stojko can clinch the competition for the international team in the figure skating challenge as he faces Michael Weiss. And again, this event just weeks after he stormed to a silver medal at the World Championships in Nice.
Opens with a strong triple axel double toe loop combination. Just to put it in the face of the young guns here, he hits the quad toe. Good speed in that footwork section. I may be reading too much into this, but there's some interesting strategy going on here. Elvis missed the quad in Nice, didn't hit one in either the short or the long program. And yet here, he sticks a beauty, as if to say to the panel, remember, this is an International Skating Union panel. I can do it. I am capable of doing it. Don't forget about me. And then on the other side, you've got Gable and Plushenko both pulling the quads out because as if to say, well, you guys know I can do that. So it really is a little bit of a head game going on here amongst the older generation like Todd, like Elvis, against the younger Plushenkos and Gables of the world.
Well, the six-time national champion does intend to move on to Salt Lake City in the Olympic Games and admits that he has been inundated with letters encouraging him to do that. So he does leave a message with the judges at the end of the 2000 competitive season.
And here you're going to see the setup for the quad. Excellent body position.
The judges' marks for Elvis
4
Stoico
revolutions.
for skating techniques.
And like a cat, hangs onto the landing. Triple Lutz also. You see the exactness with which he positions his body before taking off.
Well, he has made his case. Benoit Lavoie gives him a perfect 6. The other 4 judges say 5.9 for Elvis Stoico. And the presentation marks solid as well. 8s and a 9 for Lavoie. And it's a big task now for Michael Weiss at 58.7. Not much margin for error for the 2-time U.S. national champion who finished 1 rung below Stoico at the World Championships in Nice.
Like Stoico, Michael has had some difficulty in keeping the quad consistent of late. But he too is well aware of the fact that if he has any intention of being on the podium in Salt Lake City, and with Eldridge back in the mix, he has a tough task ahead of him to retain his U.S. title.
.24 years of age, twice U.S. champion, twice world bronze medalist. But Paul, you bring up a good point. he'll have to fend off either Eldridge or Gable just to get to the next World Championships in Vancouver, where the U.S. will send 2 competitors.
And in doing so, he'll need more than what he did out here tonight. This triple Lutz and all of his jumps tonight were well done, but they only included a triple axel. This he barely hangs on to. Watch when he lands. He's on a hard inside edge, looking like he could almost break his ankle there, yet he hangs on. No quad, no triple axel combination. Technically, it doesn't beat Elvis. It's what happens artistically that'll make the difference.
He is a proud pop, and he assesses the marks with his youngster, 5 8s and 9s. Presentation marks, a couple of 9s, but such a high standard for Stojko, 58.2 won't do it. And the international team now has an insurmountable 9-6 lead. Well, the scoreboard takes some suspense, so to the final matchup of the night, a rematch of the women's showdown from Nice between Michelle Kwan and Irina Slutskaya. And this, the debut of a new program for Michelle.
Well, a format like this allows you to expand your horizons, and it's great to see Michelle take the opportunity to try something new, knowing that she is going up against her arch rival. Single axel, I'm sure she wanted a double there.
Another James Bond hit. Michelle Kwan, 3 worlds not enough for her. She's looking ahead to Salt Lake City, and at the halfway point, she's the favorite.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, as she appears to win her titles in even years, that looks good for her for Salt Lake City. She's back on the podium at Worlds as the gold medalist. This program here tonight, maybe not the strongest technically that she's capable of. It'll be up to Slutskaya to come out and better it from a technical standpoint if she wants to beat her.
5.9.
Well, the technical standard will be high for Michelle, as you see, 9s across the panel for skating technique. So a nice way to end for the United States. And look at this, a perfect 6 from the Italian judge for the 3-time world champion of 59.1. So it's mission near impossible for Irina Slutskaya, a 3-time European champion who pushed Kwan to the limit in Nice at the World Championships. Here's the comeback skater of the year in 2000.
First jump, a rock-solid triple Lutz. Setting up for triple loop. This is one area where I think Slutskaya consistently outperforms Kwan. I think she's a faster spinner with more strength throughout and a better variety of positions and technique.
More confident, more refined, I think better physically trained. And what a comeback here for Irina Slutskaya.
Well, on a night when this head-to-head matchup is not going to have an effect on the overall outcome of this team competition, the individual bragging rights are still up for grabs. If I'm on the panel, I'd go with Slutskaya this evening. I thought it was a more solid skate, more difficult in terms of technical content. I mentioned her spins I thought were better. And I don't think there's any reason not to go with her on this particular evening.
5.9.
Well, let's see if the judges agree. Again, that second set of marks will be critical. She matched technical marks with Kwon, but for the American judge.
And now her marks for presentation.
Now the presentation marks, and there are 2 perfect 6s. However, Benoit Lavoie goes 5.8, and the American judge 5.7. And Michelle Kwon will squeak through 58.8 for Slutskaya, but that's just a taste of what's still to come between these 2 great women's skaters. And the international team finishes with a 10-8 victory over Team USA. But an outstanding finish between 2 great skaters, Kwon and Slutskaya.
Back to wrap up our coverage of the Figure Skating Challenge from Binghamton, New York. The international team prevailing 10-8, and Elvis Stojko clinching it with a head-to-head victory over Michael Weiss of the United States.
That was the decisive matchup in this competition, but the closest head-to-head event of the evening was between Victor Petrenko of the international team and Todd Eldridge of the American team. The accountants actually had to go to the presentation marks to declare a winner in that matchup, and I like that because this was an interpretive free skate competition, the emphasis being on artistry, and Victor's artistry won.
Really is too bad that the matchup between Michelle Kwon and Irina Slutskaya didn't carry more weight.
It would have been nice to have seen it as the decisive matchup here this evening, but what we do have the luxury of knowing is that these 2 women are going to be seen going head-to-head against each other on the lead up to Salt Lake City.
Looking forward to seeing them in the weeks to come, and here's what's coming up next on Royal Bank Magic on Ice.
Our next show is the Masters competition from Boise, Idaho. We will see Michelle Kwon and Irina Slutskaya, as well as Maria Budrskaya on December 16th.
Once again, the international team wins 10-8 here at the Figure Skating Challenge. For Paul Martini, I'm Chris Cuthbert saying so long till the next time on Royal Bank Magic on Ice.